So during fertilization, one of the most important steps and the earliest steps of fertilization is the acrosomal reaction. So what are the barriers which the sperm has to cross before it successfully fertilizes or penetrates into the ovum? Now here you can see the first barrier, all of you. This is the corona radiata, which is basically a mass of cells which is adhered onto the egg surface. The second layer that you can see, the thick layer that is depicted in this sketch, is the zona pellucida. So this layer is called the zona pellucida, which is a hyaline proteinaceous layer which the sperm has to cross, and the innermost layer, which is nothing but the plasma membrane of the egg. So this plasma membrane of the egg happens to be the third barrier which the sperm has to cross. So the first barrier is corona radiata, the second barrier is zona pellucida, and the third barrier happens to be the plasma membrane. Now notice, all of you, how the sperm has landed on the zona pellucida over here. Now for it to land on the zona pellucida, first it had to cross the corona radiata. It does so by releasing certain enzymes called hyaluronidase, which is a corona penetrating enzyme. Alright, so once it releases, and what releases these enzymes, you all know that there is a vesicle sitting on the sperm head above the nucleus, which is referred to as the acrosome. This acrosome releases or liberates these enzymes, which are called corona penetrating enzymes, or hyaluronidase, which helps the sperm to cross the corona radiata. And now notice how the sperm head has landed itself on the second barrier, which is called the zona pellucida. Now notice that once it lands on the zona pellucida, the sperm head is releasing, the acrosome is releasing another group of enzymes which dissolves the zona pellucida. Here you have to remember the major enzyme released by the acrosome which helps in dissolution of the zona pellucida is acrosin or zona lysine. So notice how there is a portion of the zona pellucida over here. As you can see, it has become dissolved and the sperm has successfully penetrated through the zona pellucida, and then the sperm head lands on the innermost barrier, which is the plasma membrane of the egg. And notice how the plasma membrane of the egg and the membrane of the sperm are fusing together to establish a cytoplasmic continuity, and through this cytoplasmic continuity, the nucleus of the sperm makes its way into the cytoplasm of the egg. That means the penetration of the sperm has become a success, and because of the enzymes liberated by, like I told you, a vesicle sitting on top of the nucleus in the head of the sperm, which is called the acrosome. So first it crosses the corona radiata by releasing the corona penetrating enzymes, or the hyaluronidase, and then it releases the acrosin or the zona lysine, and then the membrane fusion. Here is where the membrane fusion happens between the plasma membrane of the sperm and the plasma membrane of the egg, and resulting in the liberation of the sperm nucleus into the entry of the sperm nucleus into the cytoplasm of the egg. So this is the most important step, that is the acrosomal reaction, which aids the penetration of the sperm across the barriers surrounding the egg.